Woodstock River Bandits are on the air from Falcon Field on the campus of Central High School in Woodstock, Virginia. It is the 2025 Valley Baseball League and the Woodstock River Bandits. Tonight, the Bandits host the Strasburg Express. Good evening, everyone. I'm Craig Orndorff. Glad to be with you tonight as the Bandits are back in action with a record of 17-5, best mark in the Valley League. And the second place team in the Northern Division, the Strasburg Express, come in with a record of 13-10, 4.5 games back. Bandits are winners of 9 in a row. Well, the Express lost their last outing, and that is their current streak. Looking to make it 10 in a row, the Bandits send Noah Williamson to the mound. 5'11" right-hander out of Allegheny Community College from Port Matilda, Pennsylvania. Williamson is 1-2 on the season with a 2.41 ERA. Making his third start. He's gone 18 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 5 earned runs on 14 hits. He's walked 5 and struck out 17. Here's the order he will face tonight from the Express. Leading off and playing right field is Jay Douglas. In center field, it's Brett Mosley. Batting third, Eduardo Castillo, the DH. Landon Beaver, the first baseman, hits in the cleanup spot. Jack Anderson hits fifth. He is the third baseman. Brady Bowles at shortstop will bat sixth. Seventh is the second baseman, Brooks Henderson. Jake McCarter in left field will bat eighth. And batting ninth is the catcher, Logan Duff. Josh Ossiender will get the start tonight.
Leading off the inning for the Strasburg Express, senior from Eastern Kentucky University, right fielder number 10, Jay Douglas.
All right, ready to go here tonight. As Jay Douglas steps in for the Express. Batting .357 with a home run, 42 RBIs. First pitch swinging, sends one into right center field. And going over is JT Andorowski in right to make the call as we get started at 6:06 tonight. One pitch and one out.
University of Mississippi, center fielder number 44, Brett Mosley.
So in the outfield it is JT Andorowski in right, Jordan Evans in center. He was in pursuit as well. In left field it's Christian Toledo. On the infield, Diego Villarreal is at third. Shortstop Will Tippett. Luke Keister at second. Barrett Eldridge at first base. Behind the plate, Connor Spellman. And again, Noah Williamson on the mound. Goes off speed to Brett Mosley. And the center fielder takes low for ball one. Mosley out of Ole Miss. Stands 6'3", left-handed batter, high for ball two. Mosley, 273 average, 4 dingers, 15 driven in. (2-0), that misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Last time we saw Noah Williamson, a near no-hitter. There's a strike. Lost his no-hitter against Winchester with 2 outs and 2 strikes. In the top of the ninth, just a little tapper, third base side. And there's ball 4. So Brett Mosley aboard.
Now batting, junior from the University of New Orleans.
And now it's Eduardo Castillo.
Eduardo Castillo.
Castillo, right-hander, 5'9", from New Orleans. 372 average, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. Swing and a foul tip. The Express hit a lot of bombs, 31 on the season. Their home games are at homer-friendly First Bank Park. One strike. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw down to second. Not in time. In fact, offline. And a stolen base for Brett Mosley. His 8th for the summer. And it gets a man in scoring position. Phil Betterly, the manager for the Express, down at third base. That's Mike Bocock, the skipper for the River Bandits. 1-1. That is a soft liner into center field. Charging, coming in and making the grab is Evans. Throw to second. They got a double play. Oh, don't know what happened with Mosley out there. But didn't get back to the bag in time, and an easy double play. I think he thought, kind of like I, that it might be falling in, but Evans, his initial step went back, but had plenty of time to get in. And base running mistake cost the Express in the first. Nothing across. Bandits coming up. Move to the bottom of the first inning with the River Bandits coming up. Nothing for Strasburg in the top half. And here's their batting order tonight. Leading off and playing center field, it's Jordan Evans. Hitting second, the second baseman, Luke Keister. Batting third, Will Tippett, the shortstop. JT Andorowski in right field will bat cleanup. Barrett Eldridge, the first baseman, hits in the fifth spot. Six is the DH, Hunter Miller.
Senior for Mississippi College, center fielder, number 44, Jordan.
Seventh is the catcher, Connor Spellman. Hitting eighth, the left fielder, Christian Toledo. And Diego Villarreal bats ninth. He's the third baseman. Josh Osiander on the hill for the Express comes in 0-1, a 4.50 ERA. And there's a pitch fouled off to the right side. Jordan Evans from Mississippi College, 6-foot right-handed batter. Jordan hitting .444 with a home run and 9 RBIs. Osiander deals, and that's high. Osiander making his second appearance and second start on the summer. His last time out went 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 3 and struck out 1. 1-1 to Evans. Jordan takes a breaking ball outside, 2-1. And Jordan Evans now officially the owner of a cycle. It was originally listed as 2 doubles, a triple, and a homer, but one of those doubles was changed to a single and an error. Here's a bouncing ball up the middle, and he's got the single here to start tonight's contest. Leadoff base knock. And our first hit of the game goes to
next up, senior from
center
Shenandoah
fielder,
University, second baseman number 1, Luke Keister.
Leading hitter on this team. And he's the only one hitting over 300. Luke Keister next in the batting average tally. He comes in at 284 and he bats here and takes the ball down and in. Well, a little cloud cover. It's been a sunny day, comfortably warm, not humid, and no rain, thank goodness. Yeah, just a little bit of a breeze, and now we got a little cloud cover to help us out. Runner, big jump by Evans at first. Pitch is a strike, throw down, not in time, And it was offline bowls. The shortstop couldn't get it, but the second baseman Henderson backing up. So a steal for Evans. That's 10 for 10 on the season for him. So now an RBI chance for Luke Keister. Has a 1-1 count. Corners up for the Express. Osiander sets and deals. Keister shows bunt, gets it down. Good one, third base side, past the pitcher, and that'll be a base hit. Excellent bunt. He knew the third baseman was staying home, and the shortstop was playing Luke up the middle. Good bunt, third base side, and bunted it hard enough to get it past Osiander.
Shortstop number 12, Will Tippett.
So a bunt single for Keister. Puts men at the corners here with nobody out, and now it is Will Tippett. All right, pitcher and catcher get together. And we'll see what Woodstock wants to do. If they want to get Keister going. He's 2 for 4 on the season. And showed off his bunting skills. All right, first and third. Not going. Tippett swings and lifts one down into the right field corner. Long way for Douglas to go. Running, and can't get it, but the ball is just foul. So opposite field there for Will. Nearly had himself extra bases. And Douglas was swung over. So that was a long trek for him. He's not going to go as far this time. He's going to cheat toward the line a little bit. One strike. Will Tippett out of South Carolina. Right-handed batter. Throw over to first. Here at Woodstock, we sit at first base, field level. So sometimes our sight lines are obstructed. So if there's a pause or a stumble in my call, that's why. Here's a line drive into right field for a base hit. Evans will score. And 3 batters in, the Bandits are on top. Tippett with an opposite field base hit.
Next up, senior from
and for Tippett, RBI number 9.
Fielder number 7, JT Andorowski.
All right, first and second now. Still nobody out, and the cleanup hitter, JT Andorowski, steps in. Left-handed batting right fielder out of DeSales, standing 6'1", 275 average. He shows bunt, gets the bunt down, but foul at third base. Our right-hander already throwing for Strasburg. Actually, a lefty is loosening. Well, it was a lefty, I thought. Well, I got 2 guys going down there. All right, 0-1. Turn back to second. But nobody fooled. I don't know if those are guys just getting work down there. The Bandits off to a good start. 3 singles to begin this game. Andorowski down a strike. Again, corners expecting bunt. He is showing. He gets the bunt down. A good one. Third base line. And that one just goes foul. Both first and third base, it's all grass from the hitting circle up to the base. So that does slow down runners a little bit coming up to first. You go from, if you're used to playing on dirt, grass, then dirt. And actually goes slightly uphill at first base here. 0-2, runners are going. Pitch is outside and gets off the glove of the catcher. So the runners will make it. Duff came out of his crouch. Ball up and away, but took his eye off of it, I think. So that'll be steals both ways. Both Keister and Tippett, they were moving. So now 1 and 2, and 2 RBI chances there for Andorowski. Ball and 2 strikes pitch coming, and that is a line drive into right. That will be played on a bounce by Douglas. Only 1 run will score, as the runners had to hold up. Keister across, Tippett to third, and it's 2-0 Woodstock.
From Rice University, first baseman number 20, Barrett Eldridge.
All right, Barrett Eldridge now with runners at first and third. Nobody out in the first, already 2-0 Bandits. Eldridge hitting 183, 3 home runs, 13 driven in. Looks at a ball a little bit outside. Right-handed batting Eldridge, 6'4". He's out of Rice University. Throw over to first. Andorowski diving back in. See if the Bandits keep the pressure on here. 2-0 men at the corner. 1-0 to Eldridge. Osiander pitches, runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down to second, tag, and they got him. Going in with a head-first dive. Tried to get to the outside, but JT cut down. First time this season in 7 attempts. But Tippett did not go. He stayed at third. So there's the first out of the inning. 1-1 now to Eldridge. Good throw there by Duff. 1-1. There's ball 2. Again, we sit at first base, so we can't see the plate. Those of you watching on video can see it just fine. Yeah. We can see top to bottom. 2-1. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Eldridge. He bounces 1 to short. This will get the run in. Fielded there by Bowles over to first. They get Eldridge, but he gets the RBI. His 14th for the summer, and it makes it 3-0. But that caught stealing changes the complexion of the inning.
From the University of Southern Indiana, designated hitter number 4, Hunter
As the bases
Miller.
are now clear with 2 down, and it's the DH Hunter Miller. So 3-0 Woodstock. Left-handed batting Miller from Southern Indiana, and looks at a ball low. That's a line shot into center. 5th hit of the inning for Woodstock, all singles. And Miller smokes 1 there. Came in hitting 250.
Next up, junior from Jacksonville University, catcher number 22, Connor
And the inning continues now for the catcher, Connor Spellman. 6'4" right-handed catcher and right-handed hitter from Jacksonville. And looks at a breaking ball outside. All right, good start for the Bandits. That's how they started here their last home game. That was Saturday, right? It's been a while. Runner goes, pitch is fouled off. Yeah, scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second against Front Royal. I don't know. Yep, that was Saturday. The win over Front Royal. Ball on a strike. Throw over, and Miller dives back in. A little bit of a delayed read there. Kind of just froze and then had to fall back to the base. Hunter's the only one who has different pants. He has pants that have stripes down the side. Swing by Spellman, sends it into right field. Douglas back, now comes in a bit. He grabs it, and that's the inning. But a good inning for Woodstock. 3 runs on 5 hits. 1 complete. Bandits 3. Express nothing.
Concession stand.
All right, here we go. 3-0 Woodstock. Here comes Strasburg, top of the second inning. 4, 5, and 6, Landon Beaver, Jack Anderson, Brady Bowles. First pitch swing and a long drive to right center field and deep, and it is gone. The Express do what they've done all year long. That's hit home runs. First pitch by Landon Beaver, out of here to right center. And Strasburg's on the board. Landon Beaver's 6th home run of the summer, RBI number 26. Came in with a 328 average.
James Madison University, third baseman number 14, Jack Anderson.
Well, that's the first hit off of Noah Williamson in a while. First pitch swinging here from Jack Anderson. The third baseman pops it up back of second. Shortstop Tippett backpedaling. Makes the grab, and there's one away.
Next up, sophomore
Now it's Brady Bowles.
Panola Junior College, shortstop number 41, Brady Bowles.
Bowles a shortstop, right-handed batter, 6 feet tall from Panola Junior College. Here's ball 1 to Noah Williamson. Got to make a correction on Noah's school. I said he was from Allegheny Community College. He did play there, but he is now at Wright State. 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. There's a ball low to Bowles. Two and one. Williamson kicks and fires. That is into center field. Well hit. Back goes Evans to the track, to the fence. That's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Express, and he went over the short porch in center. And just like that, we got a 3-2 game.
Now batting
Just
junior
3:38
from
to
the
straight away.
University of Maryland, Baltimore. Second baseman number 4, Brooks Henderson.
So Brady Bowles got some help from the short dimensions and straight away. Beaver got all of his. Showing bunt and bunting foul is Brooks Henderson, the second baseman. Yeah, shorter to center than it is down the lines. 340 down both lines here. 376 to left center, 372 to straightaway right, but the fence is a straight line from those 2 points. There's a foul ball off the foot of Henderson, and he hits the deck right away. So that stung. The second baseman from Maryland, Baltimore County, back up on his feet, walking it off. So Noah Williamson, 1 hit in 8 2/3 last time out. A hitless first inning, but gives up 2 bombs here in the second. First home runs that he's given up all season. All right, back to work on Henderson, who's down 2 strikes. Checked his swing, did he? They want an appeal. Base umpire says no. Brooks Henderson, a .296 average with 3 RBIs. Strike 3 called. Off speed, caught the outside corner, and Henderson is rung up. The second out of the second
Next
inning.
up, senior from High Point University, left fielder
First
number 8,
strikeout for Noah.
McCarter.
So here's the left fielder, Jake McCarter, batting with 2 down. Looper into right center. Nobody's going to get there. That will fall in for a base hit for Jake McCarter out of High Point. Well, Strasburg's been aggressive here this inning. And they've gotten 3 hits out of it.
Senior from Randolph-Macon
That'll bring up the catcher, Logan Duff.
Number 1, Logan Duff.
Duff from Randolph-Macon. Right-handed stick, 6 feet tall. Duff batting .250, a home run, 4 RBIs. And takes a pitch upstairs. Pop up high into shallow right field. Right fielder JT Andorowski in, under it. He's got it, and that's the inning. But Strasburg hits a couple of solo shots, and they cut the lead to 3-2, middle of 2. All right, Woodstock 3-2 is our score now as the home team bats in the last of the second. 8-9-1, Christian Toledo, Diego Villarreal, and Jordan Evans. Strike one to Toledo from Josh Osiander. Toledo, left fielder, out of Wayland Baptist, right-handed batter, 6 feet tall. And takes a ball. 190 average for Toledo, 1 home run, 7 driven in. Into right field, off his hands a little bit, and coming in is Douglas to make the grab for the Express. 1 away. Gonna bring up third baseman Diego Villarreal.
Junior from Cameron University, third baseman number 24, Diego Villarreal.
Villarreal, switch hitter, shows bunt, bunts through it. 0-1. Diego batting 103. He's driven in 3 runs. Cuts and misses. Diego out of Cameron University. Down 2 strikes. That's up and away. Ball and 2 strikes now. And the sun's back out. Put my visor back on. All right, 1-2. And outside corner, strike 3. Diego thought it was wide. Down on strikes. First strikeout for Josh Osiander.
Center fielder, number 44, Jordan Evans.
All right, back to the top of the order, and Jordan Evans. Single to start the festivities. Started that 3-run inning. Swinging at a breaking ball and reaching and pulling it to third. Throw to first by Anderson. In time, and Osiander gets him 3 up, 3 down. We move to the 3rd inning with the Bandits on top, 3-2.
Some of our season
Top of the order here for the Express in the 3rd inning. Jay Douglas, Brett Mosley, Eduardo Castillo. 3-2. Express trailing the Bandits as they bat here on the top of the 3rd. And Douglas looks at strike 1. Jay Douglas out of Eastern Kentucky, right-handed batter, 6 feet tall. Rock Hill, South Carolina, his home. Flied out to right field his first trip. Foul tip. Got a piece of the catcher, Spellman. I'll walk it off. All right, Spellman ready. Back in his crouch. Awaits the 0-2 from Noah Williamson. Here it comes. And just outside. One-two pitch misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two. Williamson ready and deals. And strike 3 called at the knees. With a fastball, Douglas rung up. Second strikeout for Williamson.
Now batting center fielder, number 44.
Now it's Brett Mosley.
Mosley.
He walked in the first, stole a base, and then got doubled off. Mosley from Mississippi. Trussville, Alabama. Native. Takes outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch. That's high. 2-0. Woodstock 3 in the first. Strasburg got a couple of solo home runs in the second, and the one by Brady Bowles on his first at bat of the summer. That's a way to come into the league. 2-0. Swing and a foul tip. 2-1. Strasburg, the best hitting team in the league, 288 average. They were hitting it above 300 a few days ago. Also the top slugging team, 461 slugging. And the best on base percentage as well. There's a foul ball that'll slice out of play left side. Left-handed hitting Brett Mosley. Evens the count, 2-2. That one bounces off the foot of Mosley, so he's aboard, hit by the pitch. So he's on for the second time.
Now batting designated hitter number 3, Eduardo Castillo.
That is the 8th time this year that Mosley has been hit by a pitch. Second batter plunked by Williamson. Misses high there. 1-0. Strasburg now has 33 home runs, by far the most in the league. Stanton at 22 entering play today. That one's fouled straight back from Eduardo Castillo. He had that fly ball to center in the first inning that got Mosley doubled off. Castillo from New Orleans, out of Tallahassee, Florida. Ball and a strike. Throw over, and leaning a little bit was Mosley. Stole a base back in the first. Runner goes. Pitch is a ball. Throw down to second. Slide, tag, not in time. Mosley with another steal. And he's in scoring position again. Good jump by Brett Mosley. Gets him down to second. And now 2-1 to Castillo. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Bandits batting average, by the way, 227. That's next to last in the league, but they have the best record. 2-2. Runner going to third. Pitch is in the dirt, so no play for Spellman. So 3 steals tonight for Brett Mosley, and he's now at third base, representing the tying run here in the top of the third. And a full count now to Eduardo Castillo. And time is called. A ball came out onto the field. All right, Woodstock's going to bring the infield in here with 1 out and a 3-2 count. Williamson readies and delivers. Foul ball. So we'll do the payoff again. Williamson to the belt, to the plate. Struck him out swinging.
Next up, first baseman, number 15.
Big punch out there for Williamson for out number 2. I'll bring up Landon Beaver. Home run to right center field his first time up. Left-handed hitter from UAB, 6'2". Cuts and misses. Beaver out of Smith Station, Alabama. Man at third, 2 outs. Williamson works. It's bounced foul. Over into the express dugout, first base side. So Williamson ahead, 0-2. Beaver in with a 328 average now, 6 home runs and 26 RBIs. He does strike out quite a bit, 19 Ks on the season, and he's down 2 strikes here. Williamson pitches and misses down and away. One ball, 2 strikes. Noah pitches and bounces one in the dirt, gets to the backstop, runner coming home, and he'll make it without a throw. And now Woodstock is saying that the pitch hit the batter Beaver on the bounce. And now the umpires are going to get together. The ball hit in the dirt in front of the plate. And the River Bandits dugout right away came and said it clearly caromed off the batter. But umpires say, nope, nobody saw it. So we got a tie game after the wild pitch. All right, base is empty here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Beaver. Fouls that one off. Again, pulls it over into the on-deck circle. Count holds at 2-2. Top 2 teams in the North going at it tonight. Williamson deals, and there's another foul ball at the plate, and that got Beaver on the side of the knee. Getting no sympathy from his teammates. Yeah, Woodstock 17-5, winners of 9 in a row. Strasburg 13-10. They're in second place. Winchester half game behind the Express. And it's Percival 10-11. They're 6.5 back. Front Royal 10 straight losses. They're now 10-13. Pitch outside. And Newmarket last place, 7-17. All right, full count now. Williamson ready to go. 3-2 pitch on the way. And swing and a foul tip held by Spellman. That's the inning, but the Express tie it up. Middle of 3. Tied at 3. All right, brand new ball game as we go to the bottom of the third. Bandits and Express tied up at 3. 2, 3, and 4. Luke Keister, Will Tippett, JT, and Dorosky hitting, and Luke takes the ball low. Keister with a bunt single in that 3-run first inning. Josh Haciander working still for Strasburg. There's a worm burner to first. First baseman grabs, and pitcher missed the bag apparently. Haciander covering. Took the flip from Beaver, and now Phil Betterly wants to have a little conversation with the umpires. I think he wants to ask the first base ump if maybe the plate umpire had a better look at it. And the umpire is explaining what he saw. Said his foot wasn't up against the bag. I think that's what he's indicating. And Phil Betterly, former skipper here for the River Bandits. Not much of a complaint or argument after that.
Will Tippett.
All right, now it's Will Tippett with a man on. And a ball outside. Will Tippett with a RBI single in the first. There goes Keister. Pitches a ground ball through the hole on the right side. Beautifully executed hit and run. Keister on his way to throw. Here's the throw. The slide, the tag, and safe is the call. And the Express are upset again. Plate umpire running down to cover the bag said Keister got in.
Next up, right fielder, number
umpires
7,
were in
JT
rotation there with the 3 umpires.
Dorosky.
Situation here. And Betterly wants another conference here. He comes out talking with the plate umpire. Like I said, he was the one who rotated down to third base, but the throw beat him. I don't know what the discussion continues to be. Betterly's, not really close to the plate umpire, not yelling, just talking. An excellent throw by Douglas. I mean, right on the bag for Anderson. So first and third, nobody out. Here's JT Andorowski. Runner goes. A chopper toward the left side. Fielded there by the shortstop who recovers over in time. But a run scores. Nice job by Bowles, who was going to cover the bag with a left-handed hitting Andorowski at the plate. So Bowles had to put on the brakes, get back over to his spot, and he did, and made a nice play to get JT Andorowski. But it's the second RBI of the night for JT, and it's now 4-3 with the Bandits back on top, and Tippett is down to second. Here's Barrett Eldridge. A ground out in the first inning, takes a strike. That was an RBI ground out. Barrett Eldridge from Brookhaven, Georgia. Plays for Rice. Breaking ball alone away. All right, that Keister at bat, by the way, goes as an infield single. So it's now 7 hits for the Bandits. Osiander turned back to second, but not much of a lead there for Tippett. One and one. Osiander deals. There's a little fister in the air to shallow center. Coming on and making the grab is Mosley. Bad throw back to the infield, but Tippett's going to hang on there at second base. So 2 outs. Hunter Miller stepping up. He's the DH tonight.
Next up, designated hitter number
Singled.
4, Hunter Miller.
Back in the first inning. So Bandits up 4-3 now. 2 outs. Hunter will show bunt. Takes high for a ball. Hunter Miller, left-handed hitter from Southern Indiana. Fort Pierce, Florida, his home though. Came in hitting .250 with a home run and 11 RBIs. Takes a ball, must have been a little bit outside, 2-0. So a lot of runs here early, 4-3 Woodstock. That is flared down the left field line, but that'll go foul. Well, I got some runs down in Covington. The Lumberjacks have a 3-2 lead over Charlottesville after 1. Other games tonight. Front Royal at Newmarket. Winchester hosts Percival. Waynesboro at Harrisonburg. Stanton at Culpeper. 2-1. That's fouled off to the left again. Just one game last night. Harrisonburg beat Charlottesville 9-8. So The Turks up by 2 in the South over Stanton, 4 games ahead of the Tom Sox. And it's Waynesboro, Culpeper, and Covington all 5.5 games back. 2-2 to Miller. Fastball upstairs. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. And a little bluff there by Tippett. Kind of acted like he was taken off. And Osiander was spinning back toward second base. I don't know if Tippett read that. But lucky for him, wasn't taken off. All right, here's the payoff pitch, and it's outside. And Miller walks to keep the inning going. Now it's Connor Spellman.
Next up, pitcher number 22, Connor Spellman.
Just the first walk for Osiander tonight. And Connor Spellman trying to do some damage with 2 down and 2 on. He flied out to right his first time up. Out of Jacksonville. Looks at a strike from Oviedo, Florida. Oh, 1. Again, back to second base. And a couple of close calls went against the Express so far this inning. Led to a run. 0-1. Tippett way off second base. Here's a shot into left center field. That's going to be down for a base hit, and it goes all the way to the fence. 1 run scores. Here comes a second run to the plate. It's a 2-run double for Connor Spellman. And Woodstock's lead is now 6-3. I think Tippett bouncing around out there threw Osiander off. And he made him hold in the set position for a few extra seconds as he got that huge lead. Then as the second baseman Henderson started to check him, he moved back. But again, that threw off the timing of Osiander, I believe, and then gave Spellman something to drive, and he did to left center all the way to the fence. Tippett scored. Miller came across all the way from first. And it's the second 3-run inning of the game for Woodstock. So Spellman with RBIs 2 and 3 on the season, and a meeting on the mound. There's Dylan Powell, the pitching coach, out to talk with Osiander. And there is a right-hander getting loose for the Express. So now 6-3.
Left fielder number 21, Christian Toledo.
I'll bring up Christian Toledo, flied out to left field back in the second inning. Hits here with 2 outs and a man at second base in the third. Pitch low and away. One and 0. Toledo with a fister to short. A couple of bounces there for Bowles. His throw is low, but scooped up there by Beaver to end the inning. Woodstock gets 3 more hits. Their lead is 3, 6-3. As we go to the fourth. Moving to the fourth inning, and Woodstock has a new pitcher.
For the Express, third baseman, number 14.
It is Joe Domino,
Anderson.
making his fourth appearance. First out of the bullpen. He has a 4.15 ERA, no decisions. And the lefty Domino starts with a pitch outside. 4 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. Teams are batting just 133 against him. Noah Williamson done after 3 innings. Here's a pop-up off the bat of Jack Anderson, who popped to short his first time, pops to second this time as Luke Keister to glove it. And one away here in the visitors' fourth.
Next up, shortstop.
That's Brady Bowles.
Brady Bowles.
Bowles out of Panola Junior College, Lubbock, Texas. First bat of the summer, a home run to center field. Pitch is high. It's 6-3 Woodstock here as we play in the fourth. There's a strike. Mentioned Strasburg had the best team batting average in the league. Bandits top ERA pitching staff. Breaking ball down and in, 2-1. 3.318 ERA. And they're the best fielding team as well. That's why they're in first place. 2-1. Bouncing ball to the left side. Nice play in the hole there by Tippett. Throw to first, though. Couldn't get enough on it. Wow, just that Tippett got to it from the outfield grass. Flung it toward first, but no chance to get Bowles.
Now batting second baseman, number 4.
So that's his second hit of the night. That's Brooks Henderson from UMBC. 5'8" right-hander out of Feasterville, Pennsylvania. Henderson struck out looking his first time. That's in the air to right field, but right at JT Andorowski, had him played perfectly.
Next up, left fielder, number 8, Jake.
So 2 away.
Carter.
Yeah, that was an opposite field shot there for Henderson, but Andorowski playing straight away, if not maybe a step toward the line. All he had to do was come in a little. So perfectly placed. 2 outs. Here's Jake McCarter, the left fielder, and he takes the ball outside. McCarter out of High Point. Dropped a single into right center his first time out. Hails from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Cuts and misses. 1-1. 2 outs, man at first for the Express. Good lead for Bowles. Lefty Domino kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Well, McCarter really pulling off a couple of those pitches. One-two offering. Popped up into shallow right. There's Andorowski. He has it, and that's the inning. 1 hit for Strasburg. They leave him on. Middle of 4. Bandits up 6-3. Bandits lead at 6-3, and they come up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 9-1-2, Diego Villarreal, Jordan Evans, and Luke Keister. And they'll face a new pitcher, Gavin Kendall, 5'11" right-hander out of Florida Southwestern State. Hometown of Okeechobee, Florida. Right-hander Kendall 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA and takes pitch outside, does Diego Villarreal, who struck out looking in the second. Sixth appearance for Kendall. He started 4 games. So his second time out of the bullpen. Here's ball 2. Allowed 6 earned runs on 12 hits. Walked 5. Struck out 18. There's a strike. Teams are batting .211 against him. 2-1 now to Diego Villarreal, switch hitter from Cameron. Hails from Golden, Colorado. Goes the other way, lifts one into left, but McCarter over and under it. And one gone here in the Bandits' half of the fourth. Jordan Evans now. Leadoff man is singled and grounded out.
Number 44, Jordan Evans.
And Jordan takes the ball inside. Right-hander out of Mississippi College from Northport, Alabama. Chopped to short. Right there is Bowles. Up and over to first. In time, 2 away. Now it's Luke Keister. He's been on twice. Ball hasn't left the infield. A bunt single and an infield single.
Now batting second baseman number.
There is a new first baseman in for Strasburg. As Keister takes a breaking ball low and away, Carter Schmidt takes over. That misses outside, 2-0. Two out, nobody on. 2-0 pitch. That's on the inside corner, and Keister takes a strike. Luke out of Shenandoah University. But he's a Valley native from Penn Laird. 2-1. Rolls that to the third baseman. Anderson up and over, and that is the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Bandits go quietly. On to the fifth, 6-3 Woodstock. Playing the top of the fifth now with Woodstock on top of Strasburg, 6-3, 9, 1, and 2 for the Express. Logan Duff, Jay Douglas, Brett Mosley as Joe Domino deals, and there's a foul ball back. Duff, the catcher, flied to right his first time up. Duff from Randolph-Macon out of Forest, Virginia. Right-handed batter. 0-1 from the lefty Domino. That is outside. One. Domino works, and that's down and in. Mentioned the Bandits had the best ERA, and they were the best fielding team. They have made just 16 errors in their 22 games. That's popped into left center field. Toledo in the alley. He's got it. And one out. Now it's Jay Douglas, the leadoff man. Flied to right and struck out looking.
Jay Douglas.
Douglas plays for Eastern Kentucky. Right-handed batter. He hails from Rock Hill, South Carolina. 357 average coming in, but 0 for 2 tonight. Shows bunt and takes the ball out, and the sun pops out from behind the clouds. Looks like we're going to have dry weather here for the next few days. That's outside. 2-0. As a lot of teams got to make up some games here over the last month of this season. Actually, I guess there's 3 weeks left. Nobody's playing on Independence Day. We've played on Independence Day before. Yeah, I think Charlottesville did play an afternoon game. They used to. Nobody's scheduled this year. That's downstairs. 3-0 now. Three balls, no strikes. Domino with a high set, delivers, and that misses somewhere. Mike Bocock palms upturned, got whatever the call was from the umpire, and says okay. But a 4-pitch walk puts Jay Douglas aboard. And he'll steal you a base. He's 10 for 10 this year. Strasburg already has 3 swipes tonight. Fastball high. Douglas does have to contend with a left-hander here, though. One ball. That's outside. 6 in a row out of the zone from Joe Domino out of North Florida. 6'5" left-hander out of Millstone, New Jersey. We'll get a visit to the mound here from Connor Spellman. See if he can get him refocused. Bandits go on the road to Winchester tomorrow. Express are in Front Royal. I mentioned everybody's off Friday. (2-0). And Domino misses for ball 3. Saturday, Bandits go to Front Royal and a doubleheader here on Sunday. They got a 1 o'clock game against Covington and a 6 o'clock game against Waynesboro. Both will be 9-inning affairs. 3-0 pitch and misses down and away, and 4 straight balls for Joe Domino. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Next up, designate hitter
with
number
Eddie
3,
Castillo.
Eduardo Castillo.
All right, don't want to put runners on for this dangerous hitting team. Castillo, though, is flied out, which turned into a double play, and he also struck out. Runners going to third. Throw down, not nearly in time. They had a better shot of going to second, I think. Yeah, I think Spellman probably should have gone down to second. He had no chance. Douglas got a huge jump. One strike. That is a bouncing ball up the middle into center field. Douglas scores. Mosley coming around third. Here's a throw to the plate. It is on the line, but in and out of the glove of Spellman. And Castillo with a 2-run hit. And it's a 6-5 ball game. All right, so Castillo now with 12 RBIs on the year, leading hitter for the Strasburg team, and he came through right there. So now 6-5 our score, and here's Landon Beaver. No, take that back. It's his replacement, Carter Schmidt. He swings and foul tips one at the plate. So Beaver had homered and struck out, but Carter Schmidt takes his place. Schmidt out of Randolph-Macon from Glen Allen, Virginia. Schmidt, 286 average, 7 RBIs. Throw to first. One out, one on, 2 runs in for Strasburg. Domino delivers, and breaking ball, called a strike. 0-2. Domino, 0-2. Sets and works. That is into left field. That will be caught on a run by Toledo. Little flare down the left field line. And Toledo on his horse got it.
Next up, third baseman.
Hung up long enough for him to get it toward the line.
Anderson.
And great pursuit there by Christian. 2 outs. Now it's Jack Anderson. He has popped up on the infield twice. Anderson from JMU, 6'3" right-hander, out of Medina, Minnesota. That's outside. Well, a lot of runs on the board. In the 5th, 6-5 home team, though. There's a fastball strike, 1-1. Anderson came in hitting .239. 4 home runs and 14 driven in. Another throw to first. One and one. There goes the runner. Good jump. Bouncing ball at third. That is a foul ball. Villarreal got to it. Thing is, if you get to a ball there in foul ground at third base, you're down. You're downhill. You got to throw uphill almost. I mean, you could throw it straight, but it's got to be a laser beam to stay on the same plane, though. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a off-speed pitch. But Strasburg gets 2. And we got a 6-5 ball game, middle of 5 here in Woodstock. All right, bottom of the fifth. Bandits lead. Down to a run at 6-5. Will Tippett leads it off. Takes the ball low from Gavin Kendall. There's a fly ball into shallow center. Mosley measures it. He's got it, and there's one out. Tippett had 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. But flies out to start the bottom of the fifth inning.
Right fielder number 7, JT Andorowski.
Cleanup hitter JT Andorowski. RBI single, RBI ground out. Puts this one into left center. It's sinking. Diving attempt. Great catch out there by Mosley in center field. Mosley lays out.
Now batting first baseman number
Takes
20,
away a single, possibly a double
Eldridge.
from JT Andorowski. And no doubt that ball was tailing away from him from the left-handed hitting Andorowski. Ball one to Barrett Eldridge. 0 for 2, but does have an RBI ground out. So 2 quick outs here in this bottom of the fifth inning. Skies 1 to left. Long way to go for McCarter, but he'll get there in plenty of time and makes the grab and foul ground, and that's the inning. That is 6 in a row set down by Gavin Kendall. We go to the 6th. 6-5 Bandits for the lead. Moving to the 6th inning, a 6-5 Woodstock lead over Strasburg. Express coming up with Brady Bowles, Brooks Henderson, and Jake McCarter, 6, 7, and 8. And a new pitcher. It is Justin Silverstein in. Right-hander, 6'6" out of UMass of Boston. Comes from Shelton, Connecticut. And he's got good numbers. Just an 0-1 record, but an ERA of 1.12. This is his first time out of the bullpen. 5 starts previous. And he deals and misses outside to Bowles, who is homered and singled. Infield single. In his first game this summer. 16 innings for Silverstein. 5 hits, 2 earned runs. He's walked 18 and struck out 28. Falls behind 2-0 now on Brady Bowles. Panola Junior College. Swing and a miss. Challenged him with something on the inner half, and he cut through it. 2-1. And the setting sun an issue coming out of right field for these hitters. 2-1. Look out, up and in. Three balls and a strike. Another nice, unique feature of this field. Batters are looking into the setting sun, along with the short center field fence. 3-1 offering, and that's up and away, and Bowles is on for the 3rd time. Now it's Brooks Henderson, the second baseman. Struck out looking, fly to right.
Next up, second baseman number 4, Brooks Henderson.
Couldn't get the donut off, so finally was able to get it. All right, so the second baseman is ready. And Bandits up 6-5, but the Express had the leadoff man on. Good lead at first. Fastball upstairs. Well, walks hurt Joe Domino in that 5th inning. Back-to-back walks with 1 out. Led to Eduardo Castillo's 2-run single. That's low. Now 2-0. Well, the usual starter now showing up out of the pen. You always worry about those changes. Silverstein ready. Pitches. Swing and a miss. Two and one now to Brooks Henderson. Plays for UMBC. Chased a high fastball. 2-2. That was up around the shoulders. Evens the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's fouled away. Get to do some history here on the 2nd day of July. What happened down through the years. Including a strange occurrence back in the early 1900s. Off the diamond. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch, that's a line drive into right field for a base hit. Runner will hold at second. So Henderson just went with the pitch, as they say.
Next up, left fielder number 8, Jake McCarter.
It was up and away, and that's where he hit it. 6 hit on the evening for the Express. So 2 on with nobody out, and now it's Jake McCarter. Single and a fly out. Bandits corners come in expecting a bunt here from McCarter. not showing bunt, and hacks through a high fastball. 0-1. Silverstein sets and delivers. Swing and a miss late on a fastball. 0-2 to McCarter. Silverstein ready. Brings it set, brings it home, misses high. Ball and 2 strikes. Bandits wearing their green jerseys tonight, orange letters and numbers. White pants, tri-colored caps. One and two. Silverstein checks second, now delivers and fouled away. Was up and out of the zone, but McCarter went after it, fouled it straight back. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Again, 1 and 2. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Another foul ball, another fastball up in the zone. All right, again, 1 and 2. Silverstein straightens up, turns back to second, throw, and it gets off the glove of Keister. Runners are going to try to move up. They'll throw to second and safe. So they try to pick off. But the throw got off the glove of Keister. Trickled into center field far enough for Bowles to go to third, and then Henderson, with a good read on it, took off for second, and he was in ahead of the throw. So it's now second and third with nobody out, and the infield has to come in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Hit hard up the middle, but past the diving shortstop. Tip it into left field. 1 run scores. 2nd run coming in. Safe, and just like that, the Express are on top.
Next up, catcher.
So a leadoff walk.
Logan Duff.
Throw in an error. And a base hit, and just like that, Bandits are now trailing. 2nd hit of the night for McCarter. And infield was playing in, so Tippett could only dive, came up empty. There's a foul ball off to the right side, and that will get out of play above our heads as we sit at first base. Third 2-run inning for Strasburg, and not done. Far from done. Nobody out. Logan Duff at the plate. 2 flyouts, 1 to right, 1 to left. Silverstein deals. Curveball outside. And again, you wonder about putting a normal starter in a reliever role. Just a different dynamic. All right, 1-1. Fouled back. So Woodstock has let a pair of 3-run leads get away tonight. And they now trail 7-6. But Woodstock has out-hit Strasburg so far tonight. Ironically. Best pitching team is out hitting the best hitting team so far. All right, 1-2 to Duff. Silverstein steps off. All right, back to it, 1-2. Popped up on the infield in front of the plate. Catcher's calling for it. He's got it in foul ground. Spellman with the grab, and Duff is out number 1 here in the 6th.
Next up, right fielder number 10, Jay.
All right, one away.
Douglas.
Here's Jay Douglas. 0 for 2 with a walk. Scored a run. So the Bandits have walked 4 batters tonight. Hit 1. So that's 4 free passes. 5 free passes, and 4 of them have scored. Douglas bunting and fouling it. Yes, walks will kill you, as they say. On 1 now to Douglas out of Eastern Kentucky. Silverstein deals. Popped up and out of play. 0-2. Let's get into our history now. Today, back in 1903, Ed Delahanty decides that he was going to leave the Washington Nationals and join the New York Giants. He left the Nationals in Detroit, and he boards an eastbound train. Well, he was put off that train for rowdy behavior, possibly drunken behavior as well, at Niagara Falls. He tries to walk across the railroad bridge over the Niagara River. He falls to his death. Fouled back. He had a 16-year career with a .346 batting average. Big Ed Delahanty. There's always questions about that. Did he fall? Did he jump? Was there foul play? Again, leaving one team for another. That was common back then. In mid-season, guys going to other teams or getting stolen by other teams. 0-2 fastball is high. One and 2 now to Jay Douglas, Strasburg right fielder. 7-6, Strasburg now on top here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-2 pitch, that is low and away, and runner's taken off for second. He'll make it. Pitch was in the dirt. Spellman had it, but McCarter saw the catcher go down on his knees and took off. And I guess that'll go as a wild pitch. It really could go as a stolen base. But because it was in the dirt, I guess it'll be a WP. We'll check with the scorer. 2-2, that is high. That's a definite wild pitch. Oh, no, the runner didn't go. He got halfway and stopped, as it didn't get far away from Spellman. I think it may have hit the backstop and came back to him, or maybe it glanced off the umpire too. I didn't hear it thump off the padding behind home plate. All right, but now 3-2. It's already been a long inning for Justin Silverstein. 3-2, 1 out. Pitches. High fly ball into shallow center field. Evans coming in to make the grab for out number 2. Now it's Brett Mosley. He has been on 3 times. 2 walks, hit by a pitch.
Number 44, Brett Mosley.
He has scored twice. The only time he didn't score was in the first. On base running mistake, he got doubled off on a fly ball. All right, left-handed batting, Brett Mosley from the Rebels of Ole Miss. Pitch upstairs. Today in 1933, Carl Hubble pitched an entire 18-inning shutout for the Giants against the Cardinals. That tied a record for the longest 1-0 game. In that 12 innings, he walked none, struck out 12, gave up 6 hits. Just outside, 2-0. 18 innings, no walks. That's why he didn't give up any runs. Two balls, no strikes. Silverstein to Mosley. Threw a fastball right by him. 2-1. Today, 1941, in front of almost 53,000 on a sweltering day in Yankee Stadium, Joe DiMaggio broke Wee Willie Keeler's Major League hitting record of 45. On his way to 56 in a row. 2-1. Another fastball, he blew by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Even count, 2-2, 2 out, runner at second. Silverstein straightens up, looks at second twice, and delivers. And a swing and a foul tip held by Spellman, and that's the inning. But a productive one for the Express. They get 2, and they are now in the lead. Middle of 6, Strasburg, 7-6. Bottom 6, Woodstock now trailing 7-6, and Hunter Miller with a swing and a miss. From Gavin Kindell. Single and a walk for Hunter. There's a shot into center field coming on, and making the grab is Mosley. Kindell has retired 7 in a row.
Next up, catcher.
Now it's Connor Spellman.
Connor Spellman.
Fly to right and a 2-run double. Mentioned the Bandits are wearing their green tonight. Strasburg in purple tops, white numbers and letters, black trim. Actually, they have the tops that have the black sleeves, gives the impression of a vest top. That's low fur ball. 2-0. I've got white pants. Black hats. Actually black on top, purple on the bill. 2-0, look out. It's inside. Spellman had to jackknife out of the way. 3-0. That is low and away, and the first runner to reach for Woodstock since Spellman's double in the third. All right, so Connor Spellman aboard with one down.
Next up, left fielder number 21,
Here's Christian Toledo. He's flied to left and grounded to short. There's a strike on the inside corner. Toledo, right-handed batter out of Wayland Baptist from the Bronx, New York. Well, we're in the shade here, first base side, but most of the infield still in the setting sun. Long shadows across the field here. 0-1. Off speed down the left field line. That is curving and goes foul. Long way. Toledo out in front a little bit, but couldn't keep it inside the line. Two strikes on Christian. Kendall ready. Pauses, holds, and delivers. That's high. Throw down to first. Backhand standing with Spellman and Schmidt. The first baseman had to lunge. Foul territory to take that throw from Duff. One-two pitch off speed. That's low. Two and two to Toledo. A fister in the air, shallow left field, left center field, shortstop going off, won't get there. Bowles trying to track it. Long way for him to go. And kind of had to.
Next up, third baseman number 24.
Make a little adjustment on his way back, and
Real.
neither of the outfielders, McCarter in left or Mosley in center, could get there. So right out there in the triangle, yep, no man's land is where it drops. So Toledo will take that, and there's a foul ball off the bat of Diego Villarreal, who's 0 for 2. All right, 2 on. Let's see if the Bandits can tie it up or maybe go back ahead. Left-handed batting. Villarreal takes the ball low and away. 1-1. Fouled straight back. Ball and 2 strikes. Seven-6 Express. Kendall kicks and deals. Checking on a breaking ball. Diego holds off and count even up at 2 and 2. Two-two pitch coming, and that's fouled back. More history today. 1963, one of baseball's most memorable pitching duels. The Giants' Juan Marichal and the Braves' Warren Spahn both hurl 15 scoreless innings before Willie Mays homered off Spahn in the bottom of the 16th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch flared down the left field line. Running. Sliding attempt in foul ground. McCarter couldn't get there. So Diego still alive. And the Bandits have won 9 in a row. All right, 2-2 again. Brady Kendall delivers. Got a piece of it, did Villarreal. All right, we'll do it again. Kendall checks second and throws. Swing and a miss. He struck out Villarreal for out number 2. How to bring up the center fielder, Jordan Evans, back to the top of the order. Single and a couple of ground outs.
Now batting center fielder number 44, Jordan Evans.
All right, slow walk to the mound here by the catcher, Duff. I don't see anybody getting ready down there in the Strasburg bullpen. Oh, looks like the pitching coaches. I don't know. That was almost like a delaying tactic there to give somebody down in the bullpen more time to get ready, but nope. All right, so we'll get back to it eventually as Duff makes it back to the plate. Maybe it's just hot. He's been sitting in the sun for a while. Just wanted to take a little stroll out to the mound. All right. Evans is in. Two outs, runners at first and second. Woodstock down a run. Chopper toward short, fielded there. Bowles flips to Henderson for the force, and that's the inning. 2 left on for Woodstock. We go to the 7th with the Express on top, 7-6. Seventh inning, Express lead the Bandits 7-6. 3, 4, and 5 here for Strasburg. Eddie Castillo, Carter Schmidt, Jack Anderson. And they will face Ryan Cowell, the new pitcher, and a ball outside from Ryan. 6-foot right-hander out of Virginia Wesleyan. He's from Hanover, Virginia. In the air to left field. Toledo under it. And there's one away. Castillo now 1 for 4 on the night. A couple of RBIs. Now it's Carter Schmidt. He came in replacement of Landon Beaver. I think he may have hurt himself on a foul ball in his bat in the third inning. Schmidt in his first at bat in the fifth flied to left. Schmidt from Randolph-Macon. And there's ball one. Ryan Cowell 2-0 with a save. 1.92 ERA, making his 7th appearance, all out of the bullpen. 9 1/3, now 9 2/3. 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. Pitches in the air to center. Going back on, it's Evans a little bit, but he's there in plenty of time to put it away. 2 gone.
Next up, third baseman, number 14, Jack.
Now it's Jack Anderson, the third baseman. He's 0 for 3. Jack Anderson hails from Minnesota but plays here in the Valley at JMU. Shows bunt, takes a fastball high. One out to Anderson. Caldo. Here's a fly ball to center. Pretty easy flyouts here. As Evans hauls that one in, 3 balls in the air.
It's now
time to stretch. Middle of 7. It's Strasburg 7, Woodstock 6.
Keister.
All right, bottom of the 7th inning. Woodstock trails at 7-6. 2, 3, and 4 hitting. Luke Keister will tip it. JT Andorowski. As Gavin Kendall back to work. And Keister takes the ball. Luke 2 singles and a ground out. He has not left the infield. He had a bunt single and an infield single and then grounded to third. Here's a chopper up the middle that will be fielded by the shortstop who collides with the second baseman, so no play. Bowles and Henderson both going for that ball up the middle. I don't know if Bowles has a shot to get Keister, as that was a chopper and the speedy Keister most likely beats it out anyway.
12,
His third hit of the night.
Tippett.
All right, so a 3-for-4 night for Keister. Now Will Tippett looking to do the same. Pitch inside. It sounded like it hit him. But no reaction from Will or from the umpire. Will Tippett from South Mountain, Georgia. Played at South Carolina, but he's in the portal. There's a ball now. 2-0 here. Now Mike Bocock uses an offensive timeout. He wants to talk with his third base coach, Aaron Ford, and bring Keister over. Talk with his batter, Will Tippett, here. Don't know what the strategy is here, but they're talking it over. Can't really surprise Strasburg now with a stolen base after this, but unless he's saying, hey, get a hit and you run around the bases. That's a great strategy right there. Yeah, that's right. MK with the words of wisdom there. Hit it hard, run fast, turn left. That's it. No, it's not. But I like it. I like it anyway. All right, back to action. Throw over to first. And Keister, I think, was expecting that. All right, 2-0. Tapper off the foot of Will Tippett. Three-plus innings now for Kendall. Well, just 2 base hits. Really 2 scratch hits, a loop single and an infield hit by Keister. On a Florida Southwestern state, that's Fort Myers. I might have to go there, follow him when he goes back. Love that area. Fort Myers Beach. Awesome. 2-1. Keister's going. Pitch is a strike. Throw down, and they got him. Keister caught stealing. Went on a fastball pitch, and Duff guns him down. Second time that Duff has thrown out a runner. Came in big in the first inning as Woodstock had already scored 3. Foul ball. So 2-2 now to Tippett with nobody on and 1 out. That's hit hard, but foul at third. Yeah, he threw out JT Andorowski. Actually, that was right before Barrett Eldridge ground out. So if JT hadn't been thrown out, it could have been an even bigger inning. Pitch low and away. Now 3-2 to Tippett. Payoff pitch. Kendall ready and fires, and that's inside, and that did hit him. So a man on with 1 down. Could be 2 on with nobody down.
Now batting,
But
right
the
fielder,
Bandits were
number
aggressive.
7, JT Andorowski.
Let's see if the Bats can pick it up. JT Andorowski now, the cleanup hitter. 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs tonight. He shows bunt, takes the ball low. A little more history today. 1990, Nolan Ryan reached 100 strikeouts for the 22nd season in a row. One ball to Andorowski. Off the end of the bat, right back to the pitcher. Throw to second for 1, relay to first, in time for the double play. That's the inning. We go to the 8th. Strasburg still on top, 7-6. We go to the 8th inning, and Strasburg leads it 7-6. 6, 7, and 8. Brady Bowles, Brooks Henderson, and Jake McCarter due up as they face Ryan Cow. And the fastball is high. Brady Bowles, what a debut. A home run in his first at-bat, then an infield single and a walk. He has scored twice. Ryan Cow with a 1-0. Breaking ball. Beauty in there for a strike. 1-1. Cow worked the 7th inning, got 3 flyouts. This is a fly ball hitting squad, to say the least. 33 home runs. 2 of those fly balls have left the yard here tonight. Breaking ball down and away, 2-1. Cal with a 2-1. Foul back. History today in 1993 at the Vet in Philadelphia. The latest game in Major League history ended at 4:40 a.m. as relief pitcher Mitch Williams, in his first at-bat of the season, singled home the winning run in the 10th, giving the Phillies a 6-5 win over the Padres. The game started at 1:26 in the morning because of 3 rain delays. Why? Why would you do that? 2-2, a bouncer up the middle and into center field. Bowles. Now 3 for 3. Hit that right back at the feet of
Next up, second baseman number 4,
Cowell.
Brooks Henderson.
He could only skip over it. And into center field. Now it's Brooks Henderson. He's got a hit in 3 trips. Throw over, and Bowles dives back in. Throw to first. Today in 2007, Roger Clemens got his 350th win. Nobody had done that since Warren Spahn in 1963. There's a pop-up that's out of play. Today in 2013, Homer Bailey of the Reds threw a no-hitter. Did it against the Giants. He also pitched the last no-hitter in 2012. So he had 2 in a row in the major league standings of no-hitters. He struck out 9. Only had a walk in the 7th inning to Gregor Blanco to keep him from a perfect game, but there's a key play by Joey Votto in that game to save the no-hit bid. One batter after Blanco's walk, there was a soft liner off the bat of Buster Posey. But Votto realized he had no play at first as Bailey was late coming over to cover. Instead, he threw to third where Todd Frazier tagged out Blanco, turning Posey's potential hit into a fielder's choice. That's some high IQ play right there. 0-1 pitch is up and away, 1-1 now to Brooks Henderson. "7-6 Express here on the top of the 8th. "1-1, breaking ball in there for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Off speed is lifted into shallow center. Shortstop going out. He'll make an over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play. Will tip it.
Next up,
A beauty of a catch.
Jake McCarter.
On the run. Basket catch. Over the shoulder. A beauty. So 1 gone, and Cowell goes to work here on Jake McCarter. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. That was a go-ahead hit in the 6th inning. See if Cowell can get a ground ball at somebody. Fouled back. On 1. Well, the whole field is in shade now. Throw over to first. Today in 2016, the Angels crushed the Red Sox 21-2 behind C.J. Cron and Carlos Perez. Cron 6 for 6, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Perez went 5 for 6 with 6 runs driven in, making them the first pair of teammates to get 5 hits and RBIs in a game, as that pitch is high. 5 hits and 5 RBIs in a game since Gene Moore and Buck Jordan of the 1936 Boston Bees. 1-1 pitch. That's inside. 2-1 now on Jake McCarter. Today in 2019, the Yankees had their consecutive games home run streak end at 31. Two and 1. Cowell pauses, pitches, fouled back. 2-2. Cowell is the fourth pitcher of the night for the Bandits. Comes to the belt. 2-2. That's upstairs, way high. Full count, and Bulls will get a head start here at first base. Take that back. It's only one out. My fault. He might still go. 3-2, one out. Throw over. So Cowell was thinking the same thing. All right, 3-2. Runner does go. Pitch is high for a ball. And that'll put two men on base here in the top of the eighth inning. One down for the number 9 hitter, Logan Duff.
Now batting catcher number 1, Logan Duff.
Express backstop is 0 for 3. All right, 7-6 Express, and looking for some insurance here in the top of the eighth inning. Try to build on their lead. Ryan Cowell delivers, and that's a shot into center field, left center field, long run to go, diving attempt. He got a catch out there by Evans. What a great play. We've seen two outstanding plays in center field. Mosley for Strasburg, and Evans on the dead run in the alley. Lays out, takes away extra bases.
Fielder number 10, Jay Douglas.
What a catch by Evans. Keeps it a one-run game. All right, 2 away. Now it's Jay Douglas. Ball in the dirt. All right, 1 ball. Runners at first and second, 2 down here in the top of the eighth inning. Swing and a miss. Good fastball into the hands of Douglas. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. We've seen a couple of good defensive plays this inning. Brooks Henderson pop up over the shoulder catch by Tippett, and then Evans. Dead run, lays out. Diving catch in left center. Pop up into shallow right. JT Andorowski has it measured, puts it away. That's the inning. Express get 2 on, but that's where they stay.
Okay, fans, we're ready to announce tonight's
Bottom of the eighth coming up. Woodstock trails at 7-6.
50-50.
Bottom of the eighth. Bandits wouldn't mind getting a couple of runs and then get 3 outs and claim the victory. And I'll have a new pitcher to deal with. It's Davis Rivers. 6'1" right-hander out of Wofford. Comes from Columbia, South Carolina. Davis Rivers has 1 save in 6 appearances, 5.40 ERA, 8 1/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Woodstock sends up Barrett Eldridge, Hunter Miller, Connor Spellman, 5, 6, and 7 in the order, and they are glad to see Gavin Kindell out of the game.
Number 20.
They only got 2 hits off of him in 4 innings.
Dredge.
Kindell walked 1, hit 1, struck out 1. All right, bottom of the 8th. Here's Eldridge. 0 for 3 with an RBI ground out. And there's a ball high. Bouncing ball to the left side. Comes up on Anderson, but he fields and throws. It's high. Tag. Out is the call. Ooh, boy. Right here in front of us, looked like Eldridge might have been on the bag before the tag, but a leaping grab by Schmidt on the high throw by Anderson. But umpire says Schmidt got the tag on him.
Next up,
Mike Bocock,
hitter number 4, Hunter Miller.
To his feet, but doesn't request a discussion. So 1 away. Hunter Miller shows bunt, takes the ball. Well, Strasburg had complaints about a couple of calls that went the Bandits' way in the 3rd inning. So they get one of those back. There is a bunt here, third base side, that'll go foul. Miller 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Just 1 extra base hit for the Bandits tonight. That was Connor Spellman's double. Ten hits for Woodstock, 8 for Strasburg. Rivers deals, and it's way high and outside. 2-1. And more history today. In 2022, Cards became the first team to hit 4 consecutive home runs in the first inning of a game. Nolan Arenado, Nolan Gorman, Juan Yepez, and Dylan Carlson all went deep against Kyle Gibson of the Phillies. Here's a pop-up into short center field. Mosley calls off the infielders, puts it away, and there's 2 down.
Now batting catcher number 22, Connor Spellman.
Now it's Connor Spellman with 2 out and nobody gone. And that 4 home run first inning for the Cardinals 3 years ago. Swing and a miss. Gibson retired the first 2 before giving up a single to Paul Goldschmidt. Then came the home run barrage. And was almost 5 in a row as Lars Nootbaar hit a ball hit on the warning track to end the inning. 0-1 to the backstop. Very inside. Those are our history notes from this 2nd day of July. 1-1 pitch, that's popped up, and that'll go foul. First base side. It's 1-2. Fouled off by Connor. Ball in on the hands. 2-run double in the third and a walk for Connor. 1 for 2 tonight. And the Bandits go to Winchester tomorrow. Strasburg travels to Front Royal. Both teams off Friday. Saturday, Woodstock at Front Royal. Sunday, they got a double dip. Twilight doubleheader. 1 o'clock against Covington. 6 o'clock against Waynesboro. Breaking ball just missed. Good pitch by Rivers. Good take by Spellman. Yep, so we'll have a doubleheader against 2 different teams here on Sunday. 2 9-inning games. All right, 2-2 pitch coming. That is outside. It's a full count to Connor Spellman. Rivers works, and he struck him out with a fastball. That's the inning. Bandits go in order. We go to the 9th. Strasburg on top, 7-6. Top of the 9th inning.
Off the top of the 9th inning for the Express.
Strasburg with a 7-6 lead.
Number 44, Brett Mosley.
And we have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Zane Starling, 6-foot right-hander from North Florida, out of Lake City, Florida. And our new catcher, Rocco DePastino, is in. All right, so new battery here for the 9th inning. And heat from Zane Starling, and swing and a miss by Brett Mosley. That was power against power there. Mosley's been on 3 times. 2 2 walks, hit by pitch, struck out. Starling misses outside. Starling 1-0 with 6 saves and a 1.80 ERA, making his 10th appearance. Gets the outside corner, 1-2. 10 innings for Starling, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, just 3 walks, and 23 strikeouts. Starling doesn't like the sign, gets another one. Now ready to go with a 1-2 pitch, and swing and a miss. The left-hander Mosley strike out for the second straight at bat.
Next up, designated hitter number
1
3.
gone here in the 9th.
Eduardo Castillo.
That's the DH, Eddie Castillo from University of New Orleans. 1 for 4, 2-run single back in the 5th inning. Bouncing ball to the left side. Shortstop Tippett fields and throws, and there's 2 away. Now it's the first baseman Carter Schmidt.
Now batting, first baseman number 2, Carter Schmidt.
Out of town scoreboard, Front Royal 3-1 lead in Newmarket there in the 5th. Cardinals trying to end a 10-game slide. Pitch, swing and a miss. Percival 7-2 over Winchester, top 5. Harrisonburg a 5-2 lead over Waynesboro. They're in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th in Covington. Charlottesville 10-3 over the Lumberjacks. 0-1, cut and a miss. And top 6 in Culpeper Cavaliers 5-3 over Stanton. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside. Major leaguers have 3 doubleheaders going today, I think. A lot of rain yesterday. One, 2. Threw it by him. 2 strikeouts in the 9th for Starling. Bottom of the 9th. Bandits need 1 to tie and 2 to win. All right, last chance for Woodstock to keep their winning streak going. It is 8-9-1. Christian Toledo, Diego Villarreal, and Jordan Evans going up against Davis Rivers, trying for the 2-inning save here. Showing bunt, taking a ball. Bandits vocal over there in the dugout. Bullpens come down, see if they can help rally here in the 9th. 1 for 3. That's inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Christian Toledo. I do have a right-hander tossing down in the Strasburg bullpen. Pitch, that's heater in there. 2-1. Good velocity from Rivers. Davis Rivers from Wofford. 2-1. In the air. Right center field. Easy one out there. That'll be the center fielder calling. That's Mosley. And there's one away here in the ninth. Got a pinch hitter here. It'll be Hayes Carley. New arrival.
Pitch hitting for the River Bandits, number 0, Hayes
5'10" right-hander from
Carley.
William Carey out of Columbia, Mississippi. There's a pitch outside. Hayes Carley. First at bat. There's a ball upstairs, 2-0. Two and 0 now. There's a fastball for a strike. Carley batting for Diego Villarreal, who went 0 for 3. Jordan Evans on deck. 2-1. Fastball at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rivers shakes off a couple of signs. Now ready. 2-2 pitch. Fastball high. He tipped off his pitch. He gave yes and then shook off the location. All right, here we go, 3-2. Come back with the heat again. Payoff coming. He does, but it's fouled back. Three and 2. Rivers brings it to the plate, and that's outside ball 4. And Hayes Carley draws a walk. Put the tying run on base. And that brings up Jordan Evans.
Center fielder, number 44, Jordan Evans.
Jordan 1 for 4. Looks at a fastball. 0-1. Single back in the first. 3 ground balls since then. Seven 6 Strasburg, bottom of the ninth. Breaking ball misses inside. 1-1. Jordan Evans out of Mississippi College. Up here with 1 out, 1 on in the ninth. Pitch. Swing and a foul tip. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Set by Rivers. Pitch, that's outside. 2-2. 1 out, walk 2. Hayes Carley has him at first. Jordan Evans trying to move him around. Pitch. Fouled away. Fastball up around the letters. Count holds at 2-2. Rivers comes set and delivers. Fouled away again. Jordan Evans hanging in there. It's back-to-back fastballs. Let's see if Rivers changes up here. Two-two. Pitch. And just outside. Duff, the catcher, held it there for the umpire to look at. Express dugout wanted strike three. Instead, we'll go full count. 3-2. Pitch swung on and lifted to deep left center field. On the run, McCarter, and Mosley goes back, and he will make the catch in left center field. Evans gave it a good ride, but Mosley in center able to chase down another one. No dive this time, but
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Lou.
he got it for out number 2.
Keister.
A two-way, and now it's Luke Keister. Got a 3-for-4 ball game with 3 singles on the infield, including a bunt base hit. And quick look at the major league scores today. A couple of game 1 of double headers. Tigers beat the Nationals 11-2. Brewers 7-2 over the Mets, and the Red Sox topped the Reds 5-3. All right, here we go. Luke Keister with 2 outs and a man at first. Flares one down the right field line, going foul. Nobody's going to get there. A couple other finals today. Actually, Phillies and Padres played too. They just finished it up. They split. Phillies won the opener 5-1. San Diego the nightcap 6-4. Throw over to first. One strike to Keister. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. Pitch was a ball to Keister, and a little steal gets Carley into scoring position. So the Bandits took a chance. Ball and a strike. Keister fouls it off. That will miss us. Not off the lights. One came off the lights and hit me on the forearm the other night. I didn't even look at it because I didn't think it was close to anything. Well, I didn't, like I said, I didn't even see it coming. All right, 1-2. Keister takes a ball in the dirt. Good block there by the catcher, Duff, to hold the runner at second. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Keister trying to tie it up. Rivers ready and pitches. And Keister with a line drive, but right to the second baseman, Henderson, to end the game. Strasburg wins it by a final score of 7-6. And the Bandits' winning streak comes to an end at 9 games. They're now 17-6 on the year, while Strasburg improves to 14-10. Final score, Strasburg 7, Woodstock 6. We'll recap here in just a minute. All right, we're here at Falcon Field tonight in Woodstock. The Bandits lose to Strasburg 7-6, their first loss in their last 9 games. And they fall by a run. They got all their runs early. First inning could have been even bigger. They got 3 runs in that first. RBI single by Will Tippett, RBI hit from JT Andorowski, and an RBI ground out by Barrett Eldridge. But there was a caught stealing in that inning, or it could have been even bigger. So 3-0 was the lead after 1. Strasburg got a pair of solo home runs in the second inning from Landon Beaver and Brady Bowles. They tied it up in the third without a hit. Brett Mosley was hit by a pitch, stole second, stole third, and then scored on a wild pitch. So it was 3-3, but the Bandits right back on top in the third inning. Run scoring ground out by Andorowski. And then a 2-run double with 2 outs by Connor Spellman. Put Woodstock back on top 6-3, but Strasburg wasn't done scoring. Best hitting team in the league. Came through thanks to some walks. They got 2 walks in the 5th inning and a 2-run single by Eddie Castillo. Then in the 6th inning, a leadoff walk, a single, an error on a pickoff play, and then a 2-run hit by Jake McCarter. That wound up being the game-winning hit and the last runs we had for the night. So it was one of the few times that Strasburg has been out-hit this year. And the Bandits had an opportunity, had the leadoff man on in the 7th inning, but a caught stealing there, then a hit batter right after that, and inning-ending double play. Finished off that 7th inning, and a 1-out walk to Hayes Carley. He stole second with 2 outs, but Luke Keister's line drive went right to the second baseman, Brooks Henderson, who snagged it to end the ball game. All right, leading Woodstock tonight at the plate, Luke Keister did have 3 hits, a 3-for-5 night. 2 base knocks for Will Tippett. And again, the 2-run double by Connor Spellman. 3 hits on the night for Brady Bowles in his debut, including a home run. 2 hits, 2 driven in for Jake McCarter, and 2 RBIs for Eduardo Castillo. Great job out of the bullpen by Gavin Kindell. As he went 4 innings, allowed just 2 hits. He picked up the win. So he is now 1-1 on the season. Rivers, a 2-inning save. His second save of the campaign, and the loss goes to Justin Silverstein. He is now 0-2. For Strasburg, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 6 left on. Woodstock, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They stranded 5. The game took 2 hours and 49 minutes to play, and the Express improved to 14-10 on the year. The Bandits dropped to 17-6. All right, the Bandits go to Winchester tomorrow, and the Express will head to Front Royal. Both teams will be off Friday for the 4th. Saturday, Woodstock's at Front Royal, and then Sunday, that split doubleheader, a twi-nighter. They'll start at 1 o'clock against Covington, and then 6 o'clock against Waynesboro. So join us for the action of both of those games, a pair of 9-inning contests coming up on Sunday. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for joining us. Again, the final score, Strasburg 7, Woodstock 6. I'm Craig Orndorff signing off for the Woodstock River Bandits and the 2025 Valley Baseball League.